I told you about what's going on over in Syria and Iran. They're actually torturing and beheading Christians the way this is the way Hitler did back in when he actually tortured the Jews. Remember that we're doing now. The same thing's going on in Syria and Iran too as well.
Well, it's been going on for a very long time,
Right.
as we all know. Only it seems to be accelerating since 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that our government tells us we must be tolerant, and if we cannot say anything, even though it's a violation of our First Amendment rights, freedom of speech.
Right.
And that we can't say anything because we can be accused of offending someone, even though the actions of those people who are involved include persecuting, beheading, killing, torturing, burning alive, crucifying Christians in the Middle East and around the world, which are human rights violations. And it's my really deep concern that the United Nations and the human rights organizations around the world are not looking out and condemning human rights violations and crimes against women and children. And Christians.
Right. So yeah, it's kind of it's sad that we're actually facing this and dealing with this and around the world. You know, this is a world problem we're facing. You know, and this is this is evilness. That's what I call it. I call it pure evilness is what we see right now.
But whenever you harm other human beings for any reason at all, and you condemn them and you persecute them without due process of law, which we're also seeing in our own country.
Right, the knockout game, right.
Law goes on. And we have had experiences with jihad on our U.S. soil.
That's correct.
Beginning on 9/11, and then at Fort Hood, and then allegedly at the D.C. Naval Shipyard.
Right.
And then again in New Jersey, where 2 men were beheaded. And then there's other cases where they have been swept under the carpet because the government didn't want to alert the American people that this was going on U.S. soil, so it landed the carpet in the court system. So it should be of a very deep concern for the American people, because when you have the intelligence chairs coming on CNN and other stations, and including Senator Feinstein, and stating that we are less safe today than we were in 2008, that this should be a major concern to the American people.
Right.
Especially when you see our White House going over to Iran and negotiating with them to give them $7 billion a year, knowing that they are building a nuclear plant, and that their former president, Ahmadinejad, and the Muslim Brotherhood have written and stated agendas and strategies to wipe Americans off the face of the earth. Well, Western civilization on the face of the earth, which is the majority of Christians and Catholics and Mormons and Protestants. So it should be a major concern to the American people, because if we're going to not prohibit them, but fund them, help them build a nuclear, possibly a nuclear weapon that could possibly be used against Western civilization and countries around the world where Christians are practicing their religion, I think every person in the whole world should be concerned.
Right. And you also want to mention too, another topic is Facebook and Twitter. So we want